Right, so this is going to be an interesting lecture, task lecture. It's on write from dictation, but I'm going to teach you some interesting stuff about listening. So yes, it's going to apply directly to write from dictation. It will also apply to repeat sentence. It will actually apply to any listening activity whatsoever. There are some principles that I'm going to teach you that should help you out. So, cool. Yes, this one specifically is on write from dictation. It's the final task of the entire PTE test. You want to get this right because this also contributes to your writing score, but you may as well just finish with a bang. If you've already tried hard in this test, why not finish off nicely? So let me just describe the task to you. It looks like this. You get a set of instructions. It says, you will hear a sentence. Type the sentence in the box below exactly as you hear it. Write as much of the sentence as you can. You will hear the sentence only once. That's the audio player, so you get to hear it come out of there into your headset. Then that's where you type it in, and you should not type blah, blah, blah. You should type the sentence that you hear, and you click next as soon as you have finished. So you can move to the next one, because you get 3 or 4 of these. And this, as I said, is the final task of the entire PTE. You want to maximize your scores, so do try to complete all of these ones. How does the scoring work for write from dictation? It works like this. You get 1 point for each correct word spelled correctly. And you get 0 for each incorrect word or misspelled word. This is kind of interesting. What does that mean? It's a little bit complex. It means this. Here's an example. Let's say the sentence is, many students are daunted by their first experience of living away from home. And there are 13 words here. Okay. Now, let's say that you type every single one of these words. You don't include additional words. You don't change any of the words. You don't miss any of the words. And you spell all of them correctly. You will get full marks. But look at this example here. This would score you 10 out of 13 or 77%. I'm not very good at maths. I did that on my phone earlier to impress you. I hope that worked. Here it says many students are daunted. So this is wrong grammar. Student singular, it should be students. Daunted should be spelled like this. So we've automatically lost 2. And here, experience living away from home, we've missed a preposition. So in fact, our score would be 10 out of 13. So you've got to get the same words, you've got to spell them right, and the grammar has to be right. It doesn't matter if you get student, and here it says students. I mean, that does matter. You have to get the grammar right, or the spelling right, okay? Let's step back a bit. I want to talk to you about vocabulary, because it's important to understand a few important concepts of language to help you to do this task more accurately. And in fact, just to help your listening skills in general. So I'm going to talk to you for a while about word types, okay? So there are 2 types of words. There are 2 categories of words in any language, but we're talking about English. So there are 2 categories or 2 types of words that all the words, nouns, verbs, adjectives, auxiliaries, prepositions, articles, etc., can fit into these 2 categories. There are 2 types. There are meaning words, and there are grammar words. Okay, they are the 2 types. So meaning words are words like nouns, verbs, adjectives, and a lot of adverbs. Why? Because they're meaningful. If I say a noun to you like book, right? Book, you get it. It has inherent meaning in the word. In your mind, you will sort of visualize, or you'll feel or get a sense for that word, book. Even if I give you an abstract noun like bravery, you've got a feeling, a sense of the meaning of that type of word. Or water, or light bulb, or whatever it is. Nouns have meaning, right? Same with verbs. If I give you a simple verb like eat, think, say, hit, for example, these have meaning in them. Same as adjectives as well. If I say, large, gigantic, tiny, sparkly. You can sort of visualize what these words are, and adverbs like quickly or slowly or thoroughly, you can sort of almost interpret the meaning of those as well. Now, these are contrasted with grammar words, because grammar words are meaningless. Meaningless. They don't have meaning, like articles, a, an, the. Is there meaning there? No, it doesn't mean anything. Or prepositions like on, in, away, across. There's a little bit of meaning. You can sort of feel a bit of movement or location or time or something like that, but it's minimal. It's not like saying book or car. Okay. Pronouns like which, that, whose. Again, it's kind of meaningless. Conjunctions and, but, for, yet, kind of meaningless. And finally, auxiliary verbs like is, was, were, will be, been, words like this, meaningless. Let's do a task. Why I'm teaching you this is because I'll get to it, of why it's so important to understand this concept for listening especially. But just go with me here. This is related to write from dictation. Here's a task. I want you to make a list. Okay, I want you to have 2 columns. On the left-hand side, I want you to write down the meaning words, the words that have meaning. On the right-hand side, I want you to write down the words that are grammatical, the grammatical words that are meaningless. I'll give you a couple of minutes to make that list. Meaning words and grammar words. You might want to do the meaning words first. Put them into the chat if you like. Good, Jinta? Yes. Good, Bharat. English, grammar, dog, hat, friends, duration, longer. Yeah. Nice. Good, Mian. Good. Good, so Chirag's got it. English, grammar, dog, hat, duration, longer, friends, example. Yes, meaningful, aren't they? After you've written in the meaning words, make a list of the meaningless words, the grammar words. Good, Mian's got them. In, a, before, the, his, with, for, and of, the, is. Good, nice, Bharat. In, a, comes. I think comes is a meaning word. With, for, and, the, is. Good. Excellent. Cool. You guys have got it. Well done. Let's not linger too long on here, but yes, everything all the words that you see and all the words that you hear will either be meaningful or meaningless. Now, one thing you can automatically sort of see that the meaningless ones are smaller, like in, a, his, the, etc. Sometimes it's not the case, like before is also meaningless, but most of the time the meaning words are the longer nouns, verbs, adjectives, etc. So here they are here. The meaning words in that paragraph were English, grammar, word, comes, content, word, dog, hat, friends, example, duration, content, word, longer, and the grammar words, these are the meaningless, in, a, before, a, the, his, with, for, and, the, of, the, is. There's something else going on. So they're shorter when you look at them, but they're also shorter when you listen to them, aren't they? If you want to think about how this works in language, think about a brick wall, and the bricks are the meaning words. The bricks are the nouns, the verbs, the adjectives, and the adverbs. Okay? And it's the grammar words that stick the bricks together. So when you're creating a sentence, you're going to have nouns and verbs, but you can't just have nouns and verbs. You can't just say, go shop, buy milk. It doesn't make sense. Go shop, buy milk. Yeah, I kind of understand what you're saying, but to make language perfect, you need to say, I went to the shop to buy milk, something like that. So we sprinkled in our grammar words. And the better you are with grammar, the stronger your wall will be. So I mentioned, oh, by the way, I should mention something really fascinating about, let's go back and look at this. So meaning words and grammar words. Do you know you can actually have a brain injury? This is kind of weird and fascinating. Some unfortunate people have these brain injuries. So they might be in a car accident or they have a stroke or something happens. And what happens is they can't use grammar words anymore. They can say meaning words. They can say house, door, light, go, eat, food. But their brain, see, they're located in two different spots. Grammar words and meaning words are in separate spots. And so they get the grammar words knocked out of their brain. And the opposite can happen when they have no meaning words and all they can say is grammar words like in, of, the, to, for. And that's like probably even worse because you definitely can't understand that. So interesting, they're located in two different parts of the brain. As I mentioned, they have different durations, different lengths. The meaning words are longer, the grammar words are much shorter. So meaning words take longer to say and grammar words are spoken in a split second. Split second. Here's a task. I just want you to listen. I'm going to read the paragraph. I want you to listen to the duration of the meaning words and the grammar words. So here is the sentence, and this is where we're going with right from dictation. You can see the meaning words, duration, meaning, word, longer, grammar, word. You can see the grammar words, the, of, is, than, Listen carefully to the length of time it takes me to say a grammar word. It's almost nothing. The duration of a meaning word, sorry, made a mistake. The duration of a meaning, no, I didn't. The duration of a meaning word is longer than a grammar word. The duration of a meaning word is longer than a grammar word. The duration of a meaning word is longer than a grammar word. If you, like this part here, over, the, over, is, dana. But here it's duration, meaning, word, longer, grammar, word. You can't shorten those. So you probably know where I'm going with that. When we do some practice later on, I want you to be aware of how short those grammar words are, but how important they are to get right. I'll show you the method in a second. Another thing to be conscious of when you're listening, especially in repeat sentence and right from dictation, is the concept of a phrase. So you're listening to a sentence and it asks you to repeat the sentence, but within the sentence are phrases, parts of the sentence. So the sentences that you hear are about 10 to 15 words in length, right? Maybe fewer, maybe more, maybe about 10 or 15 words in length. You don't remember the individual words. That's not how your brain works. So if I said something to you, if I go back and say, okay, repeat this sentence or write this sentence down, the duration of a meaning word is longer than a grammar word. How many words are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You don't remember 12 individual words. You remember phrases within the sentence. You remember phrases or chunks of the sentence that are sort of together in parts. So here's a little task. I want you to count the phrases of this sentence. How many phrases here? Or just write it down and put a slash between the phrases. Write the sentence into the chat. Put a slash between the phrases. Diana's question, I've got to answer this one now. Diana's asked, so meaning words are the same as keywords? Yes. Well spotted. Good, Birasham, well done. The faculty is looking for a junior research assistant. Good. There are 3 phrases. Well done, Vijay. You got it too. Well done, Sarisha. Yes. Yes. It's sort of, you can argue about what a phrase is and what a phrase isn't and blah, blah, blah. But if we look at this sentence here, we can split it into this. The faculty, that's a phrase, it's an article and a noun, is looking for, or here's the verb, is looking, and the preposition sort of attaches to that verb, is looking for, because you always look for something. The faculty is looking for, and here, a junior research assistant, you've got an article, and then you've got a few nouns that sort of work as adjectives, but a junior research assistant is the chunk, it's the phrase. So when you're listening to the sentence and write from dictation, you're not listening for the faculty is looking for, because that's impossible. It's impossible to remember more than like 7 or 8 things. But we don't do that in language anyway. We automatically chunk or phrase things together. We don't remember the and faculty. We remember the faculty. We remember is looking for as a chunk and a junior research assistant as a chunk. Let's do another one. Please count the phrases here or type the sentence with a slash, please, between the phrases. International students can choose from over 500 programs. Well done. Got it. Good, 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 good. You got it. Excellent. So here are the phrases. Of course, you would remember this as a chunk. International students can choose, or maybe can choose from, as a phrase, can choose from over 500 programs. International students can choose from over 500 programs. So when you're listening to this in the PTE, you're going to be trying to listen for chunks. That brings us to the method. The method for write from dictation is pretty simple, but it does require that background information that you've just learned. The method is this. First, you listen, then you type, then you fix it. That's it. Listen, type, fix. Don't type and listen at the same time. I'm sure you've had the experience of trying to talk to somebody who's reading before and they're sitting there and they're absorbed in an interesting book or an interesting newspaper and you're telling them about your day and then they sort of look up at you and like, what the hell are you talking about? Because they're not paying attention. It's sort of impossible to do 2 things at once with language. And it's the same with write from dictation. It's sort of impossible to be listening and typing at the same time. Some people can do it because it's their job, these touch typists who work in the courts, for example, but most people can't listen and type. The best thing to do, the way that you get the sentence into your brain is just to listen first, let it absorb into your brain, then type it out, then fix it. Let's go through each of these. I'll show you what I mean. So listen, this is critical. You need to clear your mind, okay? You know when that sentence is about to begin. You need to just take a deep breath, clear your mind, really let the words into your brain. If they don't go in, they won't come out. Then you type. After you've heard the entire sentence, then you begin to type. As soon as that sentence stops, you then type. Okay, you quickly type, but you don't stop and fix the spelling. You don't type the first word and go, does that have a capital letter or does that have an S on the end? You don't do that. You quickly just type the whole thing. Get it out of your brain as quickly as you can. It doesn't matter if it looks terrible and the spelling's wrong and the grammar's wrong. Because the point of the second step, type, is to get all of those words out onto the page. Then you fix it, okay? Then you go through and you fix the grammar. You make sure it's student or students. Is the verb is or are? What else have you got? Is the preposition to or from? You fix the spelling, then you fix the punctuation. So you've got time. It's actually up to you to manage your time in Write from Dictation. I mean, you must do it efficiently, but also accurately. But you do have time to fix the grammar, spelling, and punctuation, capital letter, full stop. I really doubt whether there will ever be use. You will never need to type a comma or a hyphen or a semicolon or anything like that. It will only ever be a capital letter and a full stop. That's the only punctuation you will use in Write from Dictation, because they're single sentences of usually 3 phrases. There's no need for any commas, hyphens, or anything else. Capital letter, full stop. Make sure you have the capital letter and full stop. Let's do a task. I want you to fix the grammar. For this one here, let's say you've just listened and you've quickly typed this out, but you've forgotten all of the grammar words. I just want you to add the correct articles here, please. So retype this sentence, just add the articles. Don't worry about prepositions or anything, just add the articles. Which nouns do these articles go with? Good. The duration. Yes. So it's definitely the duration. Good, 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 good. Good, good, good. All right. It's a bit hard to do this because you kind of need the context. Let me just give you the answer here. So the duration, a meaning word, a grammar word. So we've added in, let's say you've quickly typed out your sentence and you've missed the first one here. You know that it has to be the. By a rule, it must be the duration. It can't be a duration of a meaning word. No, it doesn't make sense. The duration, specific duration. And then here, a meaning word, a grammar word. If you're unsure about articles, if you have any questions whatsoever about articles, please see this little video that's going to pop up in the screen. Go to E2 Core Skills and look at the articles video because I explain how they work. Next one, I want you to add the correct prepositions to this sentence. The duration, a meaning word, longer, a grammar word. There's one preposition you need to add. Please add that preposition. Good. Yes, 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 yes. Of. Sweet. Well done. So it's the duration of a meaning word, longer, a grammar word. It's still not right. We still need to keep fixing it. So now I want you to add the correct verb. Every sentence must have a verb. In English, all sentences have at least one verb. These sentences in Write from Dictation will have one verb. Check your verb because verbs are tricky in English. They change. What's the verb here? Is. Good, 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 good. Yes. Cool, that's right. So the duration of a meaning word is longer, a grammar word. Last one, add the correct joining word. It's actually whoa, I don't really even know what it is. Could be a preposition, could be a pronoun, than. Longer than, right, good. The duration of a meaning word is longer than a grammar word. Now we've got a correct sentence and you can see the meaning words here, duration, meaning, word, longer, grammar, word, and we've made sure that our grammar words here are correct. The duration of a meaning word is longer than a grammar word. Cool. Now, I want you to do one more fix the grammar because this one seems to be it's just so many people have problem distinguishing between one thing and more than one things. In other words, is it a singular noun or a plural noun? Don't change anything except for these 3 words. Fix those nouns for me, please. Good, thank you, Harsha. Interviews. Tests and resources. If you're unsure about these ones, there's also a video on E2 Core Skills about singular and plural nouns. Prepare for interview and test using our resource. No, it's wrong. It's wrong. Whoops, I didn't give you the answer there. Let me give you the answer now. It says prepare for interviews and tests using our resources. Think about the nouns. Think about those nouns. Do the nouns have an S on them or not? Are they singular, one, or are they more than one? You have to get that right. Last one, fix the punctuation. Well, let me do it for you. This sentence needs a capital. All sentences in Write from Dictation need a capital letter and a full stop at the end. Please do not forget the full stop at the end or the capital letter at the beginning, okay? As I mentioned, there will be no need for other punctuation, just these two things here. Cool. Now that we've got some theory and we've got a method, let's do a bit of practice with this one. So the method again is listen, then type, then fix. Don't type and listen at the same time. Ready? Let me disappear. Let me play this audio. 3, 2, 1.
You can connect to our wireless network on any campus.
It's not a great recording. Let me read the sentence in 3, 2, 1. You can connect to our wireless network on any campus. Good. Look, Harsha, where's your full stop? Malika Juna, where's your capital letter? You can connect to our wireless network on any campus. You can connect to, good, someone said a wireless network. It was actually our wireless network. Cool, let me show you this one. I'll go through and there's the answer there. You can connect to our wireless network on any campus. I'm sorry, the first recording cut the first word off. That was my fault. You can connect to our wireless network on any campus, and you can see the phrases. You can connect to our wireless network on any campus. You can see the 3 phrases. You can see the content words, connect, wireless network, campus, even any campus. You can see the grammar words like you, can, to, our, on, and you can see the punctuation, capital letter, full stop. Excellent. Let's go back. Let's do one more. Let me disappear. Hopefully this recording works. 3, 2, 1.
Before you move to Sydney, you may need to arrange temporary accommodation.
Hopefully that was loud enough. Nope, can't hear that one. Some people can. Sorry, it was a bit unclear. Let me read it just before. Most people have got it. Let me do it again. In 3, 2, 1. Before you move to Sydney, you may need to arrange temporary accommodation. Good, so Hashil, there's no need for a comma. And Shrisha, there should only be one capital letter at the beginning, that's it. Oh, except for Sydney, of course. Sydney is a place, so that needs a capital letter. There you go. That's an interesting one. Cool, let's have a look at this one. So it was, before you move to Sydney, you may need to arrange temporary accommodation. Before you move to Sydney, you may need to arrange temporary accommodation. You can see the meaning words here. Sydney, move, Sydney, need, arrange, temporary accommodation. You can see the grammar words before, you, to, you, may, to. There you go. Good. The next one, I'll give you a little bit more time to fix the grammar and to make sure it's right. Okay, so let's go back. Let me pause this screen sharing. I'm going to disappear. Hopefully this recording works a bit better. In 3, 2, 1.
You must acknowledge all the sources of information in your assignments.
Good, Divya. Is it assignment or assignments? Well, it could be singular or plural, actually. I'm going to get you to listen to it again. I want you to listen to that final word, assignment. Is it singular or plural? Let's listen again. Ready? That final word.
You must acknowledge all the sources of information in your assignments.
Was that final word assignment or assignments? Correct. It was definitely assignments. I'm just going to play it one more time because I want you to get those nouns right. In 3, 2, 1.
You must acknowledge all the sources of information in your assignments.
Assignments. Tss, tss, tss. Good. Well done. I'm seeing a lot of people get them right. Cool. Let's resume sharing. I'll show you the answer here. It's you must acknowledge all the sources of information, singular, in your assignments, plural. So you can see the importance of getting your nouns right, singular and plural nouns, source or sources, assignment or assignments. Listen for that little sound, okay? Please get that right. Cool. Let me go back. We've got one more, I believe. Hopefully the sound works for this one. 3, 2, 1.
Peer-assisted learning programs are led by student mentors.
Good, well done, Harsha. Yes, good, Harsha, this time. Divya, good. Okay, some people are mixing it up a little bit, but it's okay. It's okay. Remember, it's all about getting as many of those words onto the page as you can. I'll give you one more chance for this one. I like what I'm seeing though. All right, in 3, 2, 1.
Peer-assisted learning programs are led by student mentors.
Cool. All right. Let me resume sharing. Let me show you this one. The answer was peer-assisted learning programs are led by student mentors. Peer-assisted learning programs are led by student mentors. So this is interesting. You've got a peer-assisted is definitely a phrase. Learning programs is a phrase. Are led by is a phrase. Student mentors is a phrase. This one was a bit harder because there were actually sort of 4 phrases. You could look at that and say peer-assisted learning programs are led by student mentors, but my mind breaks this into 4 parts. Peer-assisted learning programs are led by student mentors. That's why this one was a bit tricky, but sometimes you will get 4 phrases in a right from dictation. Cool. Whoa, let me go back. Don't look. There's one more. Let me go back here. How exciting. There is one more. Let me pause this. Let me disappear. And here it is in 3, 2, 1.
There are a range of study options for international students.
Excellent. Those sentences are looking spectacular. Everyone's got a capital letter and a full. Oops, someone missed a full stop. Saw that. Ratnapriya. Good, 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 good. Someone missed a word there, but that's fine. That's fine. At least you've got 95% of it or 90%. That's great. I'll give it to you just one more time, just so you can be sure.
There are a range of study options for international students.
And of course, you've just heard a different accent because you will hear different accents. You'll hear Australians. That was, in fact, a Chinese English speaker. So that's also possible on the PTE. Excellent. The answer here is there are a range of study options for international students. So what are the phrases? Well, we've got there are a range of study options and then for international students. There are the three phrases. What are the meaning words? Well, we've got range, study, options, international students. What are the grammar words? We've got there, are, of, for. They are the grammar words. So a combination of grammar and meaning. There you go. That's the sentence. Let's just recap what we learned in this lecture. First of all, with regards to word types, there are two types of words. There are meaning words and grammar words. Meaning words take longer. Wait, let's just go back. Meaning words are nouns, verbs, adjectives, and some adverbs. Grammar words are articles like a and the. Prepositions like in, on, at, to, for, away, etc. What else? Conjunctions and, but, yet. And I'm sure I've missed some. Meaning words, with regards to word durations, meaning words take longer to say. So you hear a full word because they're really the important ones when you're listening. Grammar words are spoken in a split second. So a lot of write from dictation is knowing your grammar. If you know your grammar, you can almost just assume that the article will be the, for example, or you know that the preposition following that verb is to, or looking at. You know that if the verb is look, you know that the preposition will be at. Okay, so knowing your grammar will help you enormously in write from dictation. Phrases, we also learned that sentences in write from dictation are about 10 to 15 words in length. You don't remember the individual words, you remember the phrases or the chunks. Whoops, and the method is listen, type, then go back and fix. And you should never type and listen at the same time. Excellent, let's go to Q&A. So if you have any questions, please type them into the chat, or if you're on YouTube, I'll also check the YouTube chat as well. Shubha, how many dictation questions will come? Was it 4 or 5? 4 or 5, Shubha. Depends on your exam. Bharat has a good question. Jay, can we type on the computer screen directly instead of writing on the erasable notebook pad? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. When I did mine, I scribbled on the notebook and then typed it. But I think when Kaya did hers, she just typed it directly onto the thing and then went back and fixed the spelling. So if you're a quick typer, do that. If you're a quick writer, do that. Good, Bharat, good question. Ashu, please suggest any site for the practice of write from dictation. It's hard, Ashu, because you need 3 phrase sentences. Okay, because if the sentences are too long, it's impossible. If they're too short, it's too easy and it's pointless. So you can create your own, or e2language.com has a lot. We will put up more. I don't know when, but we will put up more eventually. Good. Okay. Bharat again. Got that one. Alvin, how to improve time management? Well, it's all about time management. Depends on two things, really. One is knowing your language, having a broad vocabulary and a good grammar, so you can just find the answer quickly. And two, knowing the question, having a method for each question type. That's what we give you at e2language.com. We give you methods like this one for every single question type on the PTE. So good language, know the methods, you'll get through it quickly and accurately. Marie Chris, hello Jay, will we get minus points if we include punctuation marks? Thinking back on this, so capital letters, start of the sentence, or place names. I doubt whether there'll be names of people, but maybe. And full stops, definitely. Possibly the use of apostrophes for Sydney's most famous location, Sydney's apostrophe S. I doubt it though. I think it will just be capital letter full stop. No, you won't. You don't get minus points. You don't get negative. There's no negative marking. So if you include a word that wasn't said, you don't get negatively marked. So that's fine. Barishram, I often miss out on the beginning word in a dictation, how to fix it if it's meaning word, grammar words, and find to fix like the example peer assisted I typed here. Right. Yeah, so you missed the first word. That's interesting. It could be a grammar word that you're missing, like the or or in, something like that. So listen carefully for those grammar words. Dara, in repeat sentence, we do not have that much time to fix the grammar. So this strategy does not work, right? Well, it works. It's exactly the same, except you don't have the fix part. Correct. So you just have to listen and then repeat. But again, while you're repeating, or just before you repeat, you should be conscious of, is it a singular noun or is it a plural noun? Do I repeat student or students? So think about that. Mohammed, you must acknowledge, okay, Alvin. Alvin got a different sequence in the reading task. I'm not sure, Alvin, it might be one combination like that. Hadi, where can I find all the PTE task webinars? They should be on the website there, Hadi, for paid members. VJ, last time I think I saw, that's okay. Yosif, so you get 4 or 5 of these questions in how many minutes? Well, it's up to you, Yosif, to manage your time. So really you should be spending, okay, you listen to the sentence. It takes 3 seconds to hear the sentence. You listen, so that's 3 seconds. You type, that's like 5 seconds. So we're up to 8 seconds. And then you fix, well, let's say 10 seconds. So 18 seconds per, about 20 seconds per write from dictation. Okay, so Natalia had an issue with somebody sitting next to her who had a hearing problem or something, and so this audio was really loud. You can raise your hand and you can get the examiner to come and help you. Okay, so please do that. If you're, I mean, you've paid for this exam. If there's something going on that's disturbing you, then you should say something about it. Raise your hand. You're entitled to move to another room or whatever they do. I'm not sure. Leonardo, if in case we're not that good on other listening tasks, we find right from dictation a bit easier, but I'm not sure, Leonardo. Yes, okay, just reading some questions. Fine. Okay, Sujaya, do we need to press next button after typing, or will it take us automatically to the next question? No, you need to click next. As soon as you've fixed your sentence, click next. Don't waste time. Okay, Rena says, is it considered wrong if you type Sydney with a small s instead of Sydney with a capital S? Yes, you should use capital letters for place names. Okay. Janita, you must be typing the words incorrectly if E2 is giving you a 0 score. You need to get, for e2language.com, you need to type all of the words correctly, including correct punctuation, to get 1 point. So our scoring system is a little bit different. If you can't get the answer, do ask somebody to help you, because maybe you're missing a grammar word, okay? So Sweetie asks, what if I miss a grammar word or use an incorrect grammar word while writing dictation? How much does it affect the score? Well, as I said at the start, you may get 12 out of 13 instead of 13 out of 13. That's still pretty good, but do try to aim for 100%. Harinder, is this method we use in repeat sentences? Yes, except for the fix part. Cool. All right. Everyone seems really happy. Thanks very much for coming. I have to run because I've got to prepare tonight's speaking live mock test for paid members. So if you're a paid member, I will see you tonight. I hope you appreciated that. I hope you learned something. I think it's important to understand the difference between meaning words and grammar words. All of that stuff is helpful. Excellent. Thanks very much. And just let me check that everything's cool on YouTube. No worries. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.